What I love most about teaching is that every semester you get a new group of students, and they come from different places and they have different backgrounds and different interests. And so even though I teach the same class often, right, it's never the same class because it's the students want to talk about different things. There's different things in the news, current events change. So last spring everybody wanted to talk about the presidential election and who was going to be the candidates, and then before that gas was really expensive, and so we talk about that. And so there's always something different going on, and the students bring their own opinions and their own views to the classroom, and it's kind of fun to talk to them and see what they're going to say. So it's always a surprise. About 10 years ago, I had a student named Adam. And Adam was from a small town in Minnesota, and he was the first in his family to go to college. And he came here to UW Oshkosh, and he was putting himself through school. He was working nearly full-time. And he was a good student, but not a fabulous student. And then at some point, right after, I think somewhere between his sophomore and his junior year, he took this class in environmental sustainability. And he shows up in my office and he said, "This is it. This is what I want to do with the rest of my life." And so we talked about adapting his schedule and figuring out his major, and he actually spent an extra year here getting a better math background so he could study environmental economics, and he got a full scholarship to go get his master's degree. And so he did that, and now he works in Washington, D.C. for an environmental consulting firm, and he is just so excited about what he does every day. He's like, "I'm going to save the world," and he's out there saving the world, and I think it's super cool. And his family, the whole time, his family's like, "What are you doing now?" He's like, "This is it. This is what I'm supposed to do." So I always thought that was a great story. I think it's really cool. I study economics, and so my undergraduate and my graduate degrees are all in economics. When I was a student, what I really liked was kind of the puzzle-solving aspect of economics. So, you have some information, but you don't have all the information, and you kind of have to work out, what can we say about this situation? That's a fact, right? And what kind of conclusions can we draw from the information that we have? And there's a lot of math, but I like that. Now, I think what I really like about economics is that it's so important to everybody's daily life. And I think that the students come into my class, I feel like it's easy to convince them that this is important stuff because, they go out, they go shopping, they take out loans, they have credit cards, they are planning for their future, they're looking for jobs, and all of this is economics. And so I really enjoy sharing that part with them. I think some of the most interesting research projects I've done have been with students. And I have learned all sorts of crazy things. A couple of years ago, I had a student who had a student faculty research grant to study zebra mussels. And basically what he wanted to do is see if lakes that have zebra mussels in Wisconsin have lower property values. So everybody says they hate zebra mussels, but can we find evidence that they really don't want zebra mussels in their lake? And so I learned an enormous amount of stuff about zebra mussels, which I never would have thought. I'll tell you what I like about UW Oshkosh. I think of it as a little big school, or a big little school, something like that. But it's big in the sense that there's a ton of majors. There's something for everyone, right? There's science majors and social science majors and business and humanities and arts and theater. There's an enormous number of majors, and there's an enormous number of student clubs and activities. So we have, I just learned about the fishing club. So we have the fishing club and the water skiing club and the economics club and the math club. And, there's video game clubs and board game clubs and environmental activist group clubs and women's group clubs. And there's an enormous number of activities. There's something for everybody here. But at the same time, when you go to class, right, your professor knows who you are. Right? You're in a class of maybe 30 students, and your professor knows you, they know where you're from, right? There's a lot of students I've had their older brother, their older sister, so I know the family. And so in that sense, it's like a small school, right? So you have all this diversity of options, but at the same time, a situation where you can easily go and talk to your professors and they talk to you and you guys know each other. And I think that's kind of the magic of Oshkosh.